work, work, work. You're live, it's working, thank goodness for that. Good evening, Mr. Murphy. Mum will watch on Catch Up TV. I seem to remember us saying something about that, Andrew. Shaking my hand. Let me have a little sip. Sipping is better than slurping. Good evening, John. I hope you're all staying, well, the two of you, I hope you're staying safe in all this blustery, wet weather. It is absolutely blowing a hoolie outside at the moment. Mr. Norris. Damn, council got there. I think he's sitting there, Andrew, just waiting, just to hit that button. As soon as he sees it's 1959 or something, and he's there. Yeah, it's the weather's been absolutely awful. It's probably sunny and nice in Croatia, where Mr. Norris is, Mr. Andrew Norris. Just wait till we get about 300 more people in, and then we'll start having a proper chat. But the weather's been awful. Hello, Governor's is just joined up. Hello, Cynthia. I hope your new washing machine is working okay. I bet you've given it a test run already, haven't you? Yes, the weather's been absolutely awful in the last couple of days. Yesterday morning didn't start off too bad, but as the morning wore on and then into the afternoon, gosh, the rain was unbelievable, along with the strong winds, and it's been the same all day today. More blustery. It is so quiet. I bet it is compared to my mum's old one. But yeah, it's been just before I went live. I've got just above me here. You can see the sort of aperture there, and there's one behind me. Couple of Velux windows in here, and literally just before I went live, the rain was it's coming back on now. It's really hammering against the window. It won't come through, thank goodness, but if it got as heavy as it was a little bit earlier, I'll be having to shout. Good evening, Watto. Lovely pink wavy hands. Love the pink wavy hands. Loved Kim's pictures today, Paul. Brilliant. They were really nice. Have you? Oh, you must have your Wi-Fi sorted out as you're on here. Worked that out, didn't I? Hello, Angela. Hello, Claire. Claire, I think this weekend it's all birthday celebrations for her and her family. Claire will be 60 years old on the 26th. Is that right, Claire? 60? Hello, Lynn. PC playing up, keeps randomly shutting down, so if I disappear, bye! I think there's been problems. I don't know who you're with, Lynn, with your broadband and stuff like that, but I know Paul has had, how dare you, she says. Daz, good evening, Daz. How are you, my friend? I know you're not at all, Claire. I know Paul was having problems with Wi-Fi and that this morning. I noticed that on my phone earlier this afternoon that it was taking a little while just to connect. I'm thinking it's probably the weather that we've got. Oh, Lynn's saying it's not the broadband, it's the PC itself, just shuts itself off. Yeah, but that's a pain when it does that. But yeah, not great. So what we're 4 minutes in. Hello, Daz Outdoors said, all good, thanks. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, not bad, mate, not bad. Fiona, good evening. What's Fiona saying? Good evening, Kevin, and everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. Yes, yeah, we're not bad. We just mentioned the weather, Fiona. So Mike's in. Hello, Mike. Simon, good evening, Simon. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to give the old thumbs up. You know, that'd be nice. No signal here, but Wi-Fi is. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. I did see a post from you earlier on, Claire, saying that the wind was really bad down in Saltdean. But yeah, the rain's come on quite heavy now here. Cynthia's daughter, Holly, is over in Switzerland visiting her sister, and they've gone over with a friend, and the friend's husband and little Maya. And there's one or two photographs been posted up, and the snow over there it's about 3 feet deep compared to what we had the other day. Waves have been enormous in Brighton. That doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. And it's been pretty bad. I think in the past we've had these storms and they've sort of blown themselves out in about 24 hours. But good old Bertie, he's still hanging around. So it's not great, not great at all. I was just about to say something then, and it's completely gone. Mr. Litchin, yeah, that's right. Mike Dixon is very expert on lichen. And there's a video coming up at some point, Mike, that you might be able to help us out with. You are mentioned actually a couple of times in the video as an expert on lichen or whatever. Any Bernie? That's fine, mate. That's fine. My son is in Brighton this evening watching the Rag and Bone Man. Yeah, do you know what? I like the Rag and Bone Man, and my son sent me some information. He's going to be in Southampton next year. So, yeah, I think he's very good. And I don't know if you guys, well, some of you will. Teddy Swims in America. That guy is amazing, absolutely amazing. He is a Sussex lad. Oh, right, okay. I can remember going to, is he at the conference centre? I've been to several gigs down there. I've seen Status Quo down there. Wet, back in the day. I think I saw, did I see Eric Clapton down there with a blues band? So, yes, there's some great gigs. Mike saying, good evening, Andrew Norris. Are you coming over to the UK and attending a Christmas meal? Yes, he is. He is indeed. I think he must be travelling over sometime this week. Sorry to hear you've been poorly, Lynn. Lynn's been poorly? Has she? I missed that. Lynn, have you been poorly again? I know you've not been, in the past you've had problems, haven't you? So, Andrew saying, I joined the Style Appreciation group on Facebook as recommended. I'll grab an anorak. I would. It was good to see Kevin helping you out with that style. That was a very unusual style in that in those photographs you posted. So what is happening with you, boy, and this live stream? What is happening with our boy and his live stream? Our boy? Are you on about me, Andrew? I don't know. I've just seen that comment. I'm assuming I'm still blasting out to everybody. I don't know. So yeah. Daz is saying, any of you guys who like your all year round camping, check out these sites. Yeah, Daz, put them up, please. Put them up. Let's have a look. Bernie's saying from Uckfield, I think the Rag and Bone Man. Yeah, I think he is actually, Bernie. Certainly from down that way, anyway. Lynn's saying, had a headache for 2. Oh no, bless you. Lynn, there is so many different horrible things going around at the moment. I think you know, Lynn, my daughter is part of the support staff that helps children with issues and problems with school and stuff at the local school in Midhurst. And she was telling me last week that they've got 5 or 6 different bugs going around there at one time at the moment. And it's obviously the kids and the staff. But in my daughter's office, there's 5 of them, and 3 of them turned up to work with COVID. And in an environment like a school, I'm sorry, I know we don't have to stay at home that now, but in an environment where in a school where you've got 1,200 people, 1,200 pupils, it'll just go through there like a wildfire. And I just think that's a bit selfish, but hey ho, that's, you don't have to do it anymore. Could be the weather, yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I'm getting arthritis in that thumb and that finger, and it's really quite painful at times. And I'm putting that down to the weather. Although I get it at other times, but it's certainly been worse since the weather change. Then it says, all my eyes need to get them checked out. Yeah, well, we all have to do that from time to time. Hello, Kerry. Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday night? Oh, yeah, I'm afraid it is. I've had a bad cough and cold. Oh no. Paul said it's good that you have a structured plan to these streams, Kev. Well, there's no structure to it. I just do it as it comes, Paul. That's the way to go, isn't it? What's the point of having some sort of a plan? It's just pointless for me because it wouldn't work. Hello, Ron's here. Hello, Ron and Bob. Thank you very much for joining. Excuse my whispers. Bob's not Bob. Mike saying on Saturday, 30th of November, I'm attending a lichen walk in the woods near Burgess Hill. It is being organised by the Lost Woods Trust. It's a free event. Anybody is welcome. Okay, anybody that's interested in going along and doing that, that'd be great. Lynn saying, Richard said, thank you for the birthday wishes. Angela and Bob, thank you for watching the video. Yeah, 21 again. Hey, what? That's an amazing achievement. Clive's here. Hello, Clive. Evening all. Just got back indoors from putting the wheelie bin out for tomorrow. It's a long journey down the estate through the capability brown landscape, parkland to the entrance lodge. But will the bin still be standing in the morning? I don't know. I refreshed my page and here you are live. I'm glad you're back. Love it. That's why it's Kevin's Rambles. Yeah, absolutely. Just let me have a quick sip. I had a bit of a croaky voice earlier on, but that's not a cold. It's not flu. It's my usual issue. So yeah, so it's good. Yeah, I don't know. When do I got to put my bin out? Tuesday night I got to put my bin out. I keep losing you. Oh, bless you. Just sing a song, Claire, and I'll be there to help you. Oh, well, probably not, but you know what I mean. Fiona, are you going to the Christmas meal? No, I don't think she is actually, Ron, because the numbers filled so quickly. I think, funny enough, I was talking about this with Cynthia the other day, that I think the numbers were filled, apart from we've had one or two dropouts for different reasons, and they've been refilled by people that are waiting. I think the 30 places were gone within 2 or 3 hours. It went so fast. I don't know if there are any spaces left, Ron. Cynthia could answer that. She's just hanging in the background there somewhere, but she could confirm if there's any spaces. I don't think there are. But as I say, Cynthia might say yay or nay. But if anybody drops out, meal places go so fast as Blasto ticket. That's absolutely right. The shows are popular. That shows how popular you are, Kevin. Well, I do my best, Andrew. I do my best. It's great that everybody comes along regularly and wants to be entertained with this. Oh, I was going to say something then, but I stopped myself. Yeah. Andrew's saying, same here, Kevin. My mum loves Tuesday nights with me placing our waste down collection on Wednesday. Yeah. Clive saying, Portaloos for the forestry workers on Thursday Nature Reserve that we walked recently. Oh no! Oh no! Well, years ago, I was at a festival, And anybody that's been to the festivals in the past with these massive, great long portaloos, this is horrible. You can imagine how much these things are used. And there were some guys that were drunk, very, very drunk. And one of their mates went into the end portaloo of this row, and they literally flipped it over and over and over. Well, you can just imagine the state that young fellow was in. It was unbelievable. But that's what happens, I'm afraid. So yeah, it's horrible. Cynthia's saying we are fully booked now, and all the menu choices have been sent in. Yes, that's absolutely right. Ron's saying bigger venue next year, Kevin. Oh my gosh, that is Ron. It's daunting enough as it is. I have very little input into these things, as you know. Cynthia deals with everything, bless her, and it can get a little bit stressful for her at times. But yeah, Paul's saying we will raise a glass to you all from here. Would have loved to have been there. Hopefully, we'll get back down your way. That'd be great, Paul, if you can. It really would. Mike Gibson says, sadly, dogs are not permitted in the dining area in the pub, so Bella will have to stay at home. Are you? Where are you talking about, Mike? Where are you talking about? Are you talking about this where you're going on the Litchin thing? I was going to say, Lynn took Kai last year. I wonder what a Bebu was. Olympia might be available. Yeah, gosh. It is wonderful that so many people get involved with the lives and things like that, and the walks. The last walk we did, we had 28 people, and it's almost daunting in some respects that so many people are turning up for these walks, but it's fantastic, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm very, as I've said many times, I'm very humbled by the support I get from everybody for the walks and the Facebook group and the Facebook page and this, and it's just wonderful, and I really do appreciate it. Mike, I think that I wasn't there last year for obvious reasons, but I think the whole group is situated in a slightly separate area to the rest of the pub. Please, somebody correct me that was there last year if I'm wrong, but that's the impression I got from what people were telling me. So I think from that side of it, I think, Mike, you'll probably be okay. If not, we just tie Bella up outside. No, we won't, honestly. Lynn's saying yes, it's fine. So, Mike, I think you'll be all right. Anyway, Bella's so small, you could put her into a shoulder bag and tuck her in, just carry her in that way. Cindy's saying we are separate, and Kai came last year. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, so I think you'll be all right, Mike. So all we've got to keep our fingers crossed, of course, is the weather for next Sunday. So I've got some notes here, which I will, as we're nearly 20 minutes into this, we've got 23 people watching, so that's great. So the first thing I was going to mention was actually no, let me just, before I start this, I wanted to pour myself a glass of beer to bring up with me, and the glass I've got is like this. Okay. So I was in my kitchen, and I picked a glass up out of my cupboard, and I started pouring the beer in, and I could see a line about 3/4 of an inch in depth, right the way around the top of the glass. And I thought, oh, well, it's got like perhaps it indicates where a half pint is. And I kept looking at it, and I was a bit suspicious of it, and I grabbed hold of the top of it, and lifted it off, and it looked like a cut, almost like someone had been read it with a glass cutter. And as I say, about 3/4 of an inch wide. The whole top of the glass lifted just off this 3/4 of an inch, and it's perfectly round. And I just stood there, looked at it, I thought, this is really weird. But anyway, that's the very first thing that happened. Let me just very quickly look at some of these comments. Andrew said, I think the prognosis for next Sunday is pretty good. No bags and boots required. I'm relieved. Well, I was hoping, Andrew, if we needed, well, you probably will need boots. I think we're going around a lake or a pond or something, that you might turn up in some new boots. Is that, or have you tried gluing the bottom of your boots again? Lynn saying, from their website, Mike Dixon, once again, we are now accepting dogs back into the pub. Please ensure that they are kept off the furniture and on the leads at all times. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thanks for looking at that, Lynn. So yeah, the first thing I was going to mention is the meet up next Sunday, the Kevin's Rambles walk and Christmas meal. I've got some Doc Martens this time. Oh, get you. So, and the walk is being led by Jean, bless her. And I think she's going to be leading me and Cynthia back to the pub. Or at least I've got to give her a lift, that's for sure. So we look forward to that. Can you believe a year's gone by already? Absolutely incredible. So yeah, hats. I think Cynthia said this. Christmas jumpers, Christmas hats are all a must. Mr. Norris, bring your stuff. That's fine. Bella will wear some. Yeah, look at that. That's brilliant. Matt Reader jeans. She is our saviour. Absolutely. Well, Andrew, you don't have to lead from the front, middle, or back this time. Yes, yes, Cynthia, I was just about to mention that. Cynthia just saying, remember the walk starts at 10:30. We have to meet at 10 o'clock. So please remember that. And the meal at the pub, Cynthia, can you remind me the name of the pub, please? We have to be in the pub and sat down ready for 1 o'clock. We mustn't be any later. They've been quite firm about that. So yeah, I should just linger among the hoi polloi. Yeah. Georgian Dragon, thank you, Cynthia. Hello, Ian. They're only 22 minutes late, mate. Anyway, next year, walks. There's already a walk being planned for July, and that is going to be down in East Sussex again. Good evening, Anna. So yeah, it's a walk down in East Sussex again. That's been led by Kim Murden. So that's already been sorted out. As I mentioned in the last live, that there are going to be 2 park walks this year. No one's going to be particularly leading them. They're places that Lynn has suggested and Angela has suggested. We've got, what month is Sussex? That's Lynn, that's the end of July. That is the end of July. And we've told Steve not to let Laura book any holidays again this year at the end of July. Yeah, this will be Lynn. This will be like the one where Andrew comes over from Croatia, and that he got, unlike last year where he led from every position, led from every position in the group that it could be. Yeah. Claire saying, "Wow, you plan?" Yes, Claire, we've got to really because of people with holidays and all sorts of things. And we like to try and get walks planned for about 6 months if we can. Unfortunately, the last Friday when Steve, Cynthia, and I were supposed to be having a short walk, I led from every position except the front. I think that's true. We were going to discuss the next year's walks last Friday, and unfortunately, I had to cancel. But hopefully, fingers crossed, he says, next week or the week after, we will be having a meet-up. I have suggested that perhaps we do a a very straightforward, simple coast walk, perhaps in Bognor. Just walk along the front. We can just meet up, have a coffee, have a chat about Christmas, New Year, and stuff like that. Something very simple to start the year off, and then we'll get back into normal walks. Did I see Mark English? Mark, hello, Mark. He who does not celebrate Christmas is he. Yes, yeah, absolutely right, Lynn. We will. But Steve says, you know, I've got to go and visit her sometime in December. So yeah, so as I say, we will get some walks planned up. We will post, or Cynthia will post them up as soon as we've got an idea of what we're doing. And there may be one or two extra ones chucked in, perhaps on, you know, a midweek one or something. That makes it to go like that. Just perhaps a meet up at a coast or something, just for a chat. Group page, it's growing week on week. It's quite amazing, really. It's gone up again 2 or 3 last week. I've added one already this over the weekend. Ian's saying too cold and wet for picnics. Yeah. Oh yes, and the summer picnic will be going ahead as well, but slightly earlier. I know that's correct because Ian told me that's what we're going to do, and whatever Ian says, I have to go by it. Yeah, I can't back out of it. So yes, the group and page is doing fantastic. I'm going to be trying to do. Ron is yes, it is. Yes, Ron. We've got details of a walk that Dave Ford sent us. We've just got to liaise with Dave about when we want to do it and this sort of thing. But probably somewhere like the New Forest is probably going to have to be at the end of the spring, just so we can hopefully get some decent weather. Because I don't want people to be driving all the way down there, because it is, you know, for some people, it could be well over an hour's journey. So that's definitely on. I will contact Dave. Actually, Dave and I have been in touch in the last 2 or 3 days, which is lovely. Don't forget, you are open. Yes, Watto, I'm going to give you, if I can, I was going to mention this actually, it's on my notes. I'm going to try and give you a ring this coming week, Paul. Perhaps in the evening, because I know you're working. And I do want to speak to you about that. I think that'd be a lovely idea if we can make that work somehow. But as I say, I will try and give you a ring during the week. I know I've got a lot coming up this week. I might be having some work done here with a roofer and my cousin and myself. So if I can, Paul, I'll give you a ring one evening. So yeah, Lynn's excited about that. I know plenty of people who have put their Christmas. Yes, they have. They've just past where Cynthia's daughter lives. The whole of the house is decorated outside. Yes, I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 lives over the Christmas period. I don't know when they're going to be. I might just dump them in at any old time. I actually enjoy doing these things now. Once before, I was very nervous about doing them. When I first suggested to Cynthia about doing lives before I'd done one, she sort of wasn't sure if it was the right route for me to go. But I'm really pleased that I started doing them. It's great fun. The voice gets hammered by the end of the evening because I just don't stop rambling. Andrew's saying surprises. I will, Andrew. Yeah. I know people are going to be busy over the Christmas period and New Year. But if you can join me, that'd be wonderful. 14th December. That's good, Kevin. Yeah, my birthday, Ian. Have you bought a card yet? So that's what I'm going to do. And I will always be looking at doing random lives, and they could be done at any time. It could be done on any day or any night. Can you say that again, Kevin? I missed it. Which bit? Which Liam, which bit do you want me to repeat? 14th of December, that's my birthday. We can always make time for a bit of Kevin's Rambles Live. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. Now I'm looking for Rubens. Start and finish at. Yeah, I know. Some date you mentioned. Yeah, I've already mentioned it again. Shall I say it again? 14th of December. Let me have just have a look. Gary said, Mark English, we've got a difficult one this year. First proper Christmas without mum, so going to be sad. Yes, it will. I understand that. But we loved it and started planning in August, so we are determined to get together and enjoy it. Good for you, Kerry. Good for you. Well, my mother passed away 2013, and my mother's favourite time of the year was Christmas. When I was born in 1953 on December the 14th, I don't know what time, but I know where it was. My mother insisted that the Christmas tree was up before my birthday. Now, they did that, I mean, literally every year for the 21 years I lived at home. And then after I left home, the person who became my wife, Julie, we carried on doing that. And I still do it to this day. Even when my mum was on her own in a little council flat, she still insisted on a little fibre optic, because you don't have room for a proper one, a little fibre optic tree to go up on a table so she could see it, and she'd have a little presents under it. So yeah, wonderful time of the year. Unfortunately for me, my son is not very keen on Christmas, although he will participate in it. Of course, I've got my grandson Jack, but Jack, you know, I'd love to have him around here, but Jack wants to be at home with his presents and stuff. Well, that's I understand that. So I don't. The big Christmases that I've had in the past, where they've had parents and in-laws and everything together, they've sadly gone by the by now, which is very, very sad. I don't. I'd like to have a big get together, have a couple of beers before dinner, and then have your Christmas dinner about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you fall asleep on the sofa. Oh, dear. Let me just try and catch up on some of these comments here. Ron saying all these walks you're going to miss, Andrew. Are you on about Andrew Norris or Andrew Murphy? Yeah, I don't know. I'm working all week. My birthday's this week. It is on. It's hang on, looking at the date. 2 days time. Is it Claire? I think. Where on carry on, Mum? Yes, she would be. Yeah. Where are you meeting for the walk in Arundel? I can't find the details on Facebook. They are definitely up there. If Cynthia's, there she's there. Already done it. Andrew's saying, I know, Ron, but the ones I imagine they attend are really special. Yeah, and Andrew, yeah, we love it when you come over. We can't wait for that leadership quality that you show every time. Ian saying, being born so near Christmas, I am surprised I'm not called Jesus. I've been called a lot of other names, Ian, I can tell you that. And please don't mention it, because otherwise I shall get cross. I'm going to put my tree up on the second week of December. Well, mine will be going up, yeah, before my birthday anyway. And have I mentioned my birthday's the 14th of December? Just in case I haven't. I was asking the same thing. Kerry saying, Dad is hosting us this year, so we are going to go around and decorate his house. Oh, brilliant. That's lovely. Michael is okay. He's not here because he's entertaining. Is he? Cindy's going to repost the details later this evening. Fiona's going, my father was born on Christmas Day. Wow. He always complained the only half the presents. Yeah, I'll bet. I will be having 2 dinners on Christmas Day, like the vicar did me. Brilliant. I love that. I love that. Yeah, Ron's saying, yes, a little bit, a bit of leadership from Andrew Norris. Well, we've been waiting for it to appear, but I will be thinking of you all. Thank you, Claire. It's very nice. Ian saying Jenny is the 16th. Jenny, is she? Jenny, is she? 2 days after mine. Mike Distance. Helen's got an excellent photo of me and my mate Ray Trader sleeping in chocolates. Oh dear. Hello, Mr. Croser sneaked in. Cynthia said the details are pinned top of the group. I have tagged Andrew in it. Brilliant. Okay, well done. Moving on. I get so sidetracked so easily. Over the last, definitely over the last year, if not a little bit longer, I think Lynn was one. People have asked me and Cynthia about possibly getting some merchandising done. The first part of the merchandising is done. I'm not going to say what it is because I've been told not to, so I'll get into trouble. Cynthia's told me not to mention it. But we've got the first thing that we wanted to do merch on, which we've been talking about for some months. It's done. It's ready. So that's cool. And Cynthia's we'll be looking into possibly other bits and pieces as well. And then it's very quickly go back. And we should not forget our Bernie on Christmas Day. Why? Well, Bernie's going to be there. Oh, sorry. Yes, I understand what you mean, Andrew. Now, yes. Yeah, I do understand now. I'm sorry. Uncle Ron, why are you late? Rob, why are you late? Yeah, exactly. We always wonder what they think. Brody will talks about his my mum. Oh, okay, yeah. Imagine me toasting you all over a large Bailey's. Does Bailey know? At your Christmas meal. Oh, right, okay, yeah. Got to bail out all the needs and make myself beautiful for your work tomorrow. Take care, Paul. I'll speak to you in a week, my friend. So yeah, that'd be cool, mate. We'll have a chat. Rob said my daughter is 20 on Boxing Day. Wants a car. Oh, yeah. I can't afford a car with all the farm shop food I eat. There's an answer to that one then. You have mentioned the raffle. Have you mentioned? Yes, that's all. Well, you all know that there's tickets being sold for this draw for this painting, which Andrew has very, very kindly given to us for the meal on the 1st of December. The money's going to a fantastic cause. It's for a prostate research, I think, Cynthia, is that right? Because there's different charities for different things with everything, really, cancer and that sort of. But I think it's prostate research. So yeah, so so the money's going to all go to that. So if you can remember to please bring cash with you, that would be great. Thank you very much. And there is something else going to be happening after we've had the draw for the painting. I'm not going to say what that is. Again, that is something that we will drop on you on the day. Something that Cynthia, myself, and Andrew have been talking about. But yeah, we'll do the main raffle on the day. So yeah, and then we'll talk about the other thing. Yes, Cynthia saying prostate cancer research. Helen and I have just enjoyed drinking a large glass of Bailey's. Lovely. Claire, lots of my oldies have died recently. Oh, it's very sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Claire. You get to know them and it's hard when, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. My cousin Sue, she worked in a residential care home and I think it's unavoidable that you become attached to certain people in that when you're so hands-on with people in that line of work. It's yeah, absolutely, Claire. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, so as I say, the merch is being sorted out almost as we speak. Videos, my videos. We are going to be, or I will be releasing 3 short videos that I did when I was up in the Midlands last, and they're going to be going out on Wednesdays, starting this coming Wednesday. So my videos will be Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday. And it's not going to work all the time, but I'd like to try and keep a theme like that. So we do a shortish video on the Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. Today's video that's gone live is I think my 540th video, which is, crikey, I just can't understand. I can't believe I've managed to produce that many videos. I'm chuffed to bits. I love doing the videos. Steve, Cynthia, and I, we have some great fun when we're out doing these things. So, but it's nice when I go up to the Midlands to do other things. I know Sue has already got ideas of videos for me to do when I'm up there next time. Don't know when that's going to be yet. I might try and do a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, perhaps early in the new year. I don't know. It depends on lots of things. I might be snowed in by then. Yeah, right. Let's have a look and see what people are saying. Rob's saying she's already picked it. Her sweet mother and I may go halves. Okay. Claire, I know how you feel. I have lost a good customer of 21 years. He was 89, but still so active, like a 65-year-old. Yeah, that is very sad. Andrew's saying, ladies, if you want to help the research into prostate cancer and avoid your men folks suffering the internal indignity, please buy raffle tickets. You might have a chance to win a valuable artwork. Absolutely, Andrew. That what you mentioned about the indignity, I've actually had 3 times. Not nice. In fact, I've already bought some raffle tickets. Oh no, you're saying ladies, aren't you? That's right. Yeah. Stealing his ring off of poor Bailey might. How dare you? Yeah, exactly. Might say 540. Yeah, well, that's absolutely amazing achievement. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike. Angela's saying, who is Martin on your video today? Martin, believe it or not, is an osteopath. He is mine and Cynthia's osteopath. Videos have been released before, Angela, with him in them. But he's a nice guy, really, really nice. And we would love it if he could come out on one of the Kevin's Rambles walks. And I think he's going to try, but it's difficult for him because he does work very, very hard. Such a nice guy and a brilliant osteopath, I have to say. So we are having a meet up with him actually next week, whatever date it is. Cynthia will correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say the 4th of December. We're going to Alsford, and it's going to be part 2 of the walk that we did we released today. The walk that we no, exactly. The walk we did with him was supposed to be about 4 miles, something like that. And we were going to do that, then go into Alsford Village and do a film around there. He had certain points that he wanted to show us on the walk. And he didn't realise how far there was between each point. And the walk ended up 12 miles. Just bear with me. I've just had a message come up from. Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, Cynthia's confirming it's the 4th of December. So yeah, we're gonna. It was 12 miles, which was ridiculous. And if it hadn't been for Cynthia's phone, although the battery died, I think when it got to the car park, we might not have got back. We might have still been walking around trying to find our way back home. But so we're going back on the 4th of December. We're going to do also we're going to do a short walk, then into Alsford or New Alsford, because the Christmas decorations are supposed to be fantastic there. But we'll wait and see. And then we're going to have a meal as well. Going back some years ago when Cynthia was working for me, I said to Cynthia, look, I'll tell you what, let's go down to Chichester. We'll have a look at the Christmas decorations, the lights and trees and everything that's up there. And then as a thank you, I'll buy you a meal and we'll have a drink. We got down to Chichester, and I mean, this was only 2 weeks, I think, before Christmas. and there was nothing. We didn't see one Christmas decoration at all. And I'd had a bit of a sore back from work that week. And as we walked back to the car park, my right foot slipped off of the top step. And I had a job to walk. Cynthia had to help me to get back to the car. So that was the meal knocked on the head. So we stopped at a pub on the way back, and just so we could have a drink. So it was that evening was an absolute disaster. And I think I ended up, well, not in bed, but I was struggling to get around for a few days. But yeah, can't you mean the city of Chichester at Christmas time, not one decoration. It was awful. I have more decorations up here than they do in Chichester. Anyway, I've missed a lot of, I've missed a lovely walk. I really enjoyed the video. Oh, thank you, Kerry. You will have to take the power pack with you. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cynthia's got a brilliant one, I'll tell you. It can charge 2 or 3 devices at one time, and the charge lasts ages. Bob says 12 miles is a good stroll. Yeah, it is probably for someone like you, mate. Yeah. What are they doing to Carlisle? What, they bombed it? I don't know. Chichester has put up a post saying the lights are smaller this year. We were down there, when were we down there? Last week. And they've got lots of little Christmas trees up quite high. And if you hadn't sort of just lifted your head up, you wouldn't see them. It's just shocking. Mike says, when I went for a prostate examination, the doctor was very attractive. Well, you're lucky. Yeah, God. The problem is with this, and I don't normally like to talk about these things, but it is very important. I had to go to the doctor about something else, and I did ask him about having a blood test for it. This was 4 or 5 years ago. And he said, why? And I said, well, because I know 3 or 4 men that have got prostate cancer going through treatment. And he said, okay, Kevin, he said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read you a list out. And if you've got any one of these symptoms, then yes, we'll give you a blood test. He said, but let me warn you, if the blood test shows a very, very slight marker, they are obliged to follow that up with other tests. And he said, the test that you will have to have, even if you haven't got prostate cancer, could lead to lifelong issues, particularly to do with your bladder and going for a week. He said, so I would suggest you don't have it. But the thing about that is, Cynthia and I know somebody had no symptoms whatsoever and ended up having to have his prostate removed. So it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. What to know is the best thing to do. So I'm sorry about that. As I say, I don't normally like to talk about it, but this is a theme for next week with the charity and everything. Rob saying, Rambling Roy, been up here. Oh, they've moved the War Memorial and resurfaced an additional cobbled in the city centre for a few ornamental foam gas lamps and converting the old Woolworths student into student digs. Andrew saying that must have been one hell of a challenge for you. Andrew, I'm assuming you didn't get an attractive blonde to do that, because I certainly didn't. It might have put a smile on my face for another reason if I had. Claire's saying you can get a PSI test if you're a man, obviously. A PSI, yeah, you can. Is that the right one? Yeah, that's the blood test. But that's the issue, Claire. If it shows a marker of any description, if you're just having a blood test, then they're obliged to carry that further. So it's a job to know what to do. Ian saying, Mike, I had 10 years of bladder cancer checkups. So the other end, that sorts the men from the boys. I had a doctor. I called him called Big Tracy. She had hands like a bricky. Why does it sort of come to me that only you, Ian, could come out with a comment like that? Claire said, I know several men who have had it, and they had indeed had prostate cancer. Yeah, exactly. That is the issue, Claire. Yeah. There's a local club in, well, not local to me, in Hazelmere. They do them once or twice a year, and they actually caught it in several men on each occasion. Clive's saying for the last couple of years, the Christmas lights in Cobham, Surrey, have been garnered unintentional attendance due to their resemblance to the men's wife price. Sadly, I didn't. We quite simply had a scan. Now, if it was a scan, then yeah, fine. But some of the other, intrusive things is not nice. Bernie's saying, Rob Crow, yes, part one today and another coming. It looks terrible, but perhaps can't judge until it's done. When I get there in May, I must visit the Baker Street and the station platform. Where's it gone? Stuff looks good. That sounds brutal. Yeah, absolutely. Rob saying the railway station's getting a facelift. Oh, right, okay. Well, it's good that they're doing some refurbishment. So that's all very good news. So how are we doing for time? Oh, yeah, Cynthia's saying the prostate cancer research charity is about finding less invasive forms of diagnosis, plus looking for much kinder treatment. That's absolutely right, and that's exactly what we need, Cynthia. Ian's saying glad it's all over. Yeah, I'll bet you are, mate. Yeah, that's what we need. Less invasive forms of diagnosis. All looks good when it's finished. That's what we're doing. 51 minutes already. Good grief. Oh, excuse me. So those who are coming to the mill, please remember we meet at 10 o'clock. The walk starts at 10:30 sharp. We can't have anybody late. So we've got to get a crack on to get this walk done if we're going to do the whole lot. Cynthia, can you remind me how long the walk is? Is it 2.5 miles or 3 miles or something? So yeah, we've got to get a move on, get the walk done, and then get to the pub and seated by 1 o'clock. So yeah, we need to bear that all in mind. Best to be checked, and if you have to get any checks, it's got to be done. Yeah, I agree. But I'm a bit, because I was put off having a blood test by what that doctor said, but I think I've got no history of it in my family, and I think that is a bearing on this sort of thing as well. So, Clive saying I was offered to have the receptionist in the room as a chaperone when I had a digital prostate test. What's a digital one? Trouble was she was a friend of mine. Brilliant. Cynthia said it can be 2.5 or 3 miles depending on how we get on, I believe. Yeah, that makes sense. Andrew said I may go straight to the pub, so if I'm not there by 10:30, that's what I'll be doing. Okay, Andrew, that's fair enough. Yeah, and I think 1 or 2 others will go straight to the pub anyway. So, that's probably, Andrew, that's probably the best thing to do. So that'd be good. So I think I've gone through my whole list. Of course, if there's anything else we need to talk about, I will. Ron's saying yes, we will. Okay, mate. Yeah, well, we'll see you at the pub when we get there. So that will be cool. Looking forward to it very much. Very much looking forward to meeting you all there. It'll as I say, I can't believe it's a year. The year's gone already since the last one. It's just unbelievable. Nigel's here. Hello, Nigel. A bit late, but I've had a busy day. I bet you have, mate. Have you been doing your National Trust work? I saw those lovely photographs you posted of you and Mum. That was very nice, Nigel. We will probably go straight to the pub too. old habits die. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bet. Rob saying, "Oh, the camera at the rear end. Yes, it isn't pleasant. It isn't pleasant. They introduce it into you. Yeah. Well, I've had something else done for some other thing, and I won't go into that." Andrew's saying, "I don't know what me and Mum are doing yet regarding the walk next week, but we are definitely going to the pub for 1 p.m. Okay, that's brilliant, Andrew. Ron saying, "You don't look." No, I, I would like to say I don't feel it, but thank you, Ron. But yeah, the camera, luxury. Yeah, yeah, it would be. Yeah, depends how big the cameras are. Doesn't it? Oh dear. So as I said earlier on, we will be updating you as soon as we got information about up and coming walks, especially the January one. As I say, perhaps we'll just start with an easy one, just in Bognor, walk along the front, just for a mile or two, or wherever far we can go, and then we'll just head for a cafe somewhere. So that would be nice, just an easy one, just to start the year off. Nigel said, "No, not to do it today. Helped run a stall at a food market, then went leafleting during Tonbridge's Christmas festival." Oh, brilliant. Rob said they've hardly touched the city since 1984, when they pulled the old lanes down and rebuilt it into a shopping centre. Ian saying, "Anyone volunteer to give Kevin the bumps?" No, they are banned, that is for sure. And marketing is, that would be great, and we can have a long chat en route. I help with petrol, yeah. And I've missed, am I picking you up on Sunday? That would be brilliant. Mark English and Andrew Norris together. You can just imagine the conversation, can't you? Talking about Andrew's GoPro 4. Clive Waterfall, that's one vlog that I didn't make it onto YouTube. Thank God, yeah. Yes, exactly. You wouldn't want that on YouTube, would you? Although my cousin's son Darren, who lives in Australia, when he was diagnosed with it, he works for a company that makes videos for commercials and stuff like that, and he documented literally everything. He wanted to try and help other men. I've seen a video, brilliant video, brilliant. Andrew and I sat on a rubber ring for a while afterwards. Draw your own conclusions. Yeah, definitely. It makes you walk funny, I know that. Mark saying, "Righto, sir, and we'll talk in a week. We can talk about Kevin on his back." Mark, I can tell you now, I'm absolutely 100% certain there's a lot of people do that anyway. Claire's saying, "Happy birthday to me on the 26th. No, Bubs, no." And I wasn't going to mention the date straight out. All I said earlier on, it was 2 days' time. But yeah, happy birthday to the 26th, Claire. I hope you have I know you'll be at work, but I hope you have a lovely day. Everybody get me to sing happy birthday to Claire. 1, 2, no, don't bother. I bet somebody started singing. I bet they did. I was singing Moon River. Andrew said, "Mark, oh yes, I have lots of gossip about Kevin, but don't tell him." Andrew, again, I'm sure there's people gossiping about me about this all sorts of things. Are you 21 again, Kevin? I wish. Actually, yeah, if I was 21 again, yeah, I wasn't married then. 21 plus 50. Yeah, everybody's saying happy birthday to Claire, quite rightly too. Unfortunately, Claire's not coming to the Christmas meal, but it would have been lovely to have seen her there. There's a river just near there, isn't there? We could have soft landed. Andrew's saying we got to bet you, Kev, because we love you. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Hang on, I've got a hanky here somewhere. Yeah. Yes, as I said earlier, for those that have joined that didn't catch up, 21 plus 72. Oh, hey, steady on now. Just get your own back, is it? 21? What? No, the Christmas lives. I will be doing some randomish Christmas lives. I will have a chat with the governor and see what we think might be the best sort of times to do it. But you know, if you can make it, that would be great. We ought to. I need to have a word with Mark English. Mark English should do a live. The last one he did was, I thought, really good. And if anybody else saw it, then that would be great. So I'm gonna have a chat with Mr. English, not tonight, because I'll be going to Bob-Eyes at some point, 10 o'clock ish. Let's say Christmas live on the 14th. Then, yeah, that won't happen. I can promise you that. Thanks, Kevin, and I will call you. Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, let's have a chat about something. Andrew's saying 99 exclusive Claire. 99, is she going? Have I missed something? Elusive Claire. Yeah, she's very elusive. I did enjoy my visit down to Clare when we went to Lewis. That was a lovely day. That was brilliant sunshine. Just around the time of Kevin's King speaks, Kevin. Yeah. Yes. I'll have to make a speech. I'll have to have it up here somewhere so I can read it. It's a lovely place, Andrew, and there's so much history down there. And I have suggested to Cynthia and Steve that we go back there and explore it even more. So I'm confused. Now, is Andrew going or is Claire going? Or are they both going? What's the time anyway? 2 minutes past. Oh my gosh. So much to see. Yeah, there is, John. I've been to Lewis before with Claire, and I think, where was it she took me? Was it to some ruins, an abbey ruins? Claire's going. Yeah, take care, Claire. Take care, Claire. And I will message you and wish you a happy birthday as well. Andrew's saying, when you go, Kevin, call on Kevin. Yeah, you know what, Andrew? I'd love to do that. And I'll remember that and actually do that. Fiona's saying, sorry, just got to have a great time next Sunday. No night. Thanks, Fiona. No night. And again, I'll be in touch with you, Fiona. If for any reason the three of us can't come down to see you, then Cynthia and I will come down. But what we'll do is we'll pick you up and we'll take you out for a coffee, and I'll bring your tins back as well. They're in my utility room. So that's great. So yeah, it's. Oh, let me just adjust. I've got this chair, and it was my dad's. Lewis Priory. Thank you, John. Yeah, that's where it was. And it was in my little office, and I brought it up here to sit in. But after a while, my back starts aching. And that's what's happening. Andrew's saying, have you collected it? Yes, I have. We finally went down there to pick it up. It's now, where is it? It's now in my garage. Lewis, I prefer Morse. Yeah, but weren't they together in the same programme? See, got to be quick off the mark. Well, Angela, if you could see the picnic venue's loo now, you couldn't get anything in it. No wonder he wanted us to take the loo out. He wants to fill it back up with rubbish. Yes. Oh dear. Yeah. And the gents' toilet is still there. He's just filled the hole in. But yeah, but that's going to be in the calendar. Did you empty the? Actually, did I? Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah, and I've cleaned it again since I left it under the patio, under the canopy on my patio, and I gave it a good wipe over, sprayed it, cleaned it all. On the outside, I didn't do the inside the bowl. My hands are not going in there, I can tell you. Although Cynthia did clean it with the special pink or blue stuff that you put in it. Yeah, I've got a feeling. I've got a funny feeling, Andrew. I've got a feeling that Ian was using it at times instead of hiding behind his tractor. But if you could see the state of the field at Ian's place after all that hard work of cutting that grass, it was shocking. It was absolute. It was like a hayfield. Michael White. Good evening, Michael. Hi, Kevin. Hi, all. Just managed to push some of my relatives at the time. They will themselves unexpectedly. Oh dear. Yeah. Did they bring anything with them though, Michael, when they unexpectedly turned up? That's just unbelievable. Is your field now officially classified? It should be. It should be, Clive. Oh dear. Yes, I had a kind of loo before you. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, it's great to see you, Michael. I have to be careful because there's one guy that's another Michael, and I used to get Michael White and the other Michael mixed up. So yeah. Rob said I could live in Lewis, just couldn't afford to. Well, yeah, I get that. It's yeah, unbelievable the prices. Well, I was looking in some estate agents' windows in Middlesbrough the other day as I walked past. Oh my gosh, the price of places around here is staggering. You know, apartments or flats and whatever you want to call them. Some of them, sort of one and a half bedrooms ish. They call it 2 bedrooms, over 200,000. It's just unbelievable. It's dearer down south. Yeah, it is. The dark thing is, Ron, up in the Midlands where Sue lives, house prices are really cheap, comparatively so, but the labour rates are the same, the supermarket prices are all the same. It's just crackers. It's crackers. I could sell this place, a 2/3 bedroom property. It's valued at about 400,000. I could buy a detached 4-bedroom, almost probably 2 or 3 years old, in a place called Arnold in Nottingham. I could buy that outright if I sold this place. It's lovely. It's been built really, really well. 2 bedrooms have got en suites, large L-shaped lounge dining room, a garage, long driveway, gardens front and back. It's astonishing, absolutely astonishing. But Arnold's not a great area to live. I think this place is just on the outskirts, but still comes under Arnold. But absolutely amazing. What have we got here? Very attractive place, but the cost of property, absolutely. Picnics are banned from Iansville. Since when? Andrew Murphy said, excuse me, instead of getting blown away in the countryside today, I opted for a 70+ length swim today instead. Much safer. 70+? Is it a paddling pool? It's great though, Andrew, if that's what you're doing. My son's just got back into swimming again. He suffered with a really bad back injury a few years ago, and his back's been playing him up a little bit. John saying the Cotswolds are very expensive too. Michael saying they only brought their colds and coughs. Lovely, absolutely lovely. It's I find it. I really do find it strange how people are not very well, and they will go and visit other people. I just don't get it. I really do not get it. Bernie saying, what I want to know is after the affordable houses have all gone, what happens to the unaffordable ones? Yeah, well, not far from where Cynthia lives, they built some mixed private and affordable homes for key workers. All those affordable homes have been sold. So there you go. And that's what it's like everywhere. Mike Dixon, a bungalow in Portslade, Brighton has gone on the market for 900,000. Wow. Andrew saying, Ian saying, well done, Mr. Murphy. Absolutely. No, don't think about going up north, Kevin. It's dangerous up there. Yeah. Well, if I went up to, I did think about moving up there a few years ago. I've got to be honest. It was only when my daughter said to me, "But what about Jack? He's your grandson. If you go up there, you're not going to see him." And when I thought, and I don't see a lot of him, but obviously I see more of him and I love picking him up from school from time to time. And he'll be 13 in March. So that really sort of made me think, it stopped me dead in my tracks, really. So, yeah. But I've got family up there as well, as you all know. Andrew saying, no, that's right. You're a Sussex man, Kevin. Thank you, Michael. Yes, I am. Born in Surrey, but I'm a Sussex man. Class, was it Sussex? What was it? Somebody said Swede Bash. Is it Swede Bashers or something? Clive saying, is that a swimming simulation? Nigel saying, new build opposite us have affordable starting prices of 650,000. Oh my gosh. That's just ridiculous, Bernie's saying, but no doubt they'll sell. Yeah, absolutely. I could sell my flat and my a lady that joined the group last week, Xanadu, whatever her name is, her real name is Sandra, is working in a sales office up in Esball. And Cynthia and I stopped and we were talking to her. And I think I'm right in saying that the starting price for the two beds there, I think Cynthia was in the office. I think the two beds are starting off at 450 to 500,000. And then the three beds are top end of 500,000. But the house I had in Hazelmere in Kings Road, I'd lived there for 30 years, obviously done the place up right through in that time, in the 30 years I was there. It was left to me after my wife and I split up to sell the property. Sold it for 295,000. It's a three bed. It's 450 for a two bed. Yeah. Yeah, I sold it for 295. Less than 10 years later, the people that bought it from us sold it for £515,000. The people that bought from them have completely gutted the house and redone it all with an extension at the back. In fact, my son actually went to work in his old family home to do all the plumbing and heating there. And when James went to look at the job to price it, the gentleman said to him, "You don't by any chance know a decorator, do you?" And he said, "Well, actually, I do." And he went, "Oh, could you give me his number?" He said, "Well, it's quite simple. It's my dad's number." And he went, he said, "I'm not sure your dad would want to come back in here and redecorate this house right through." And he said, "No, he wouldn't." But yeah, well, my son did. He went back in there, was allowed to take lots of photographs and videos to show me. But the money they spent was colossal. I mean, huge, tens of thousands of pounds. I mean, pushing up. I think pushing up towards £100,000 or over. They will never ever get that money back. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, as Mike's saying, 650,000 affordable housing. It's just crazy, crazy. Near where Cynthia and I have got an allotment, there's a huge estate going up in there. And again, I think the starting prices there are for a 2-bed, 450 to 500,000. And they back right onto Midhurst Common. So it's just stunning. Michael saying, no, Bernie, you need a mortgage for one of those. Yeah, absolutely. Mark saying, my granddad's Victorian house in North London, he passed in 81, has just been sold for over. Wow. Good grief, Mark. That's incredible. It just beggars belief. You know, my son's renting my late aunt's house. He's very, very lucky to have got it. He's been there, I think it'll be coming to the end of 2 years at the end of this year. And he'll probably stay there. Now, he loves living there, and I just wish he could save enough money to buy it. He earns very, very good money as a plumber and heating engineer. And he's damn good at his job. He does everything now. He does the tiling, the whole lot. But he loves to travel. He loves to he's touring Europe next year, or no, Scandinavia, in his camper van next year. So, you know, it costs a lot of money when you do these things. So it's just, I just wish he could get a mortgage and be able to afford to buy this house, but it won't happen. And Michael's saying, don't buy a farm. No. Or a small holding. Don't want to grow your own crops and don't want to have animals. That's a bit of a pipe dream, I would have suggested. Bernie saying, most price now between 60 and 90 grand, because they have too many added bits that I don't think average. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah. Mike saying, our 4-bedroom house near Hove cost £67,000 36 years ago. Yeah. Have you had it revalued, Mike? You better sit down. You better sit down when it gets revalued. Ian says, I work for a banker. Yes, that's right. And he just paid $750,000 for a refit on it. Oh my God. It's just unbelievable. The money they've got is just stunning. Lovely people. It's time for me to go. I thought you'd already gone. And I should have just been clear. Great to spend this time with you and look forward to seeing you at the lunch next week. 99 on and all. Thanks, Kevin. Cheers, Andrew. Yeah, look forward to seeing you, my friend. See you next week. And what and we did? Oh gosh, look, it's nearly 20 past. And on that note, I think it's time, even though we've still got 24 people watching, and I really, really appreciate the fact that you've given me your time this evening to listen to me waffle and all sorts of silliness. But really enjoyed your company. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please stay safe. Please stay well. And anybody that's going to be at the meal next week, I look forward to seeing you there. Remember, 10 o'clock meet, 10:30 start. Good night, everybody. Good night, and thanks very much. Bye-bye. Bye.